A while ago I made a video about why Sun sucks in every single generation it's been in and why it's a complete failure. And the other day I woke up and thought it would be great if they didn't have to compromise themselves between chlorophyll and being fast, but none of them having firepower and boosted damage, or having something that can boost its damage due to the weather. Because rain gets Hydro Pump in the rain off of a water type. Grass gets nothing like that for chlorophyll. If we look at the Chlorophyll Mons again, and I'm going to be kind of brief about this because I've talked about it before in a previous video. Executor sucks. He has the highest special attack, or just honestly the highest offense out of any of these Pokemon, at 125, which hits like hell. But he's slow as shit without the chlorophyll, and he's walled by everything. He just doesn't have the move pool to succeed. Sleep Powder is cool, but you're going to miss and waste a turn of Sun anyways, which is why I don't like it. And people that run Sleep Powder on Venusaur are stupid. Venusaur is actually, if we're talking about weather teams back in the day, looking at Megazord Y plus Venu, Sleep Powder is stupid on that. You need a hidden power, either fire, ice, or ground, and which I'll get onto in a minute because that horribly cripples Venusaur. It's terrible. So Executor sucks, doesn't even have a great move pool, which is why I would bother to run Sleep Powder. I would probably never click it in a day in my life, but it's at least something other than this shit move pool. Venusaur eternally suffers from two things: 4 move slot syndrome, because you want Leaf Storm, Sludge Bomb, Hidden Power, Fire, Ground, Ice, Sleep Powder. I was going to say Leech Seed, but that's actually a problem for Mega Venu. Mega Venu is a very unfortunate Pokemon. So this thing is not only 4 move slot syndrome from hell, but it is also completely outclassed by Shaman Sky, because Shaman Sky is a grass type that does not need chlorophyll because it's faster than everything. And it has 120 special attack with Seed Flare, and I don't even need to type anything else, but I will to humor it because Seed Flare is already enough. It gets Earth Power as well. As soon as this thing was unbanned, Venusaur completely lost its place in Oras doubles, and that was already on the fringe anyways. I think Zard Venu's cool, but towards even before Skyman was unbanned, like I said, towards the mid to end, Venu was already being kind of eyeballed, like, yeah, we gotta get this clown out of here, which is unfortunate because Venu's cool. It's a turtle, pairs well with the other turtle for Sun, not Torkoal, I mean Charizard. And, you know, he's always been a classic, but he sucks. Victory Bell, this is another joke, because this is exactly the same but worse. There's nothing better about it, except for its physical attack. But it can't even use that, because it gets, like, what, Power Whip, which is cool, but then what, P-Jab? Like, are you kidding me? Although, to be frank, and my name isn't Frank, Leaf Storm and Sludge Bomb is kind of the opposite. Actually, no, wait, it's the same thing, yeah. Dude, this mon sucks. Sleep Powder, again, this is a practical joke. It does nothing to separate itself from Venusaur, so it's just down the shitter too. Shift Tree sucks. Its moves have mediocre power, 100 base power, like, you know, it's not even that bad, because if you compare it to, like, Kingdra has, like, I think, what is it, 95 on all stats, but speed, I think its speed is like 85, the Great Balancing Act. Ooh. And, but it gets boosted by, as I've always mentioned, Rain, Water Stab, the double combo, easy damage. This could be better with stuff like Power Whip. Power Whip would remedy its problem quite a bit, because Sucker Punch is strong, even outside of Sun, you know, you don't need to play the speed game. And Knockoff is amazing. Don't run Fake Out. It's as bad as, like, I just think it's as opportunity costing as Sleep Powder. I don't like it on Shift Tree because he's frail. He's frail as hell. Sawsbuck. Sawsbuck does not get a grass type move. Hornleech does not qualify as a grass move when you're an offensive mon. Stomping Tantrum coverage is alright. Double Edge, I mean, you know, it's double edge, but again, this Pokemon's got next to nothing going for it. I mean, it's got, like, at least a move pool. I mean, you know, Double Edge is great, Hornleech is a joke, Stomping Tantrum is quite good for stuff like Heat Ray and Volcanion. There's even Jump Kick, which is very nice. You know, it's a Wild Charge, although it's kind of redundant considering you've already got you know, Horn Leech for damage, and I think even to like a flying type. I'm pretty sure Wild Charge gets doubled to 180. Double Edge gets 50 more stab to 160, or sorry, 180, so it's about the same anyways. Skyman, like I said, is just here to make Venusaur cry. This is at least, like, you can discuss this with a straight face. Solar Power is, let me tell you, it is an ability meant to make grass types stronger, and out of the 5 fully evolved Pokemon that get it, 2 of them are grass types. This is an American joke. This is actually the funniest thing I've ever seen. When this was released, the only OU legal Pokemon with Drought was Ninetales. Because the other one was a Mega that is better in almost every conceivable way. I mean, its special is even higher at 150, what is it, 159 for Zardly? Let me see it. Yeah, 159, that magic number. It's faster, but like, yeah, so what? It can't even kill stuff with like boosted damage. Like, it can't even, oh my gosh. I think Mega Houndoom's design is cool, but this thing is like not a good joke. There's nothing that I want to laugh about concerning this. It's rough. Can't even, like, if it gave Houndoom Drought, then it could at least set up its own weather. It'd still suck because you're just gonna get like beat out by T-Tar and Pelipper anyways, or Politoed, whichever gen you're playing. And Politoed's even usable in Gen 7, don't let anyone tell you otherwise. But yeah, this thing is you gotta run 2 fire types that suck just to get Solar Power going. And Heliolisk actually isn't that bad, but it's, I mean, it's bad in doubles because it's never been used. But it's like, you have an electric type with Solar Power, which is pretty cool, you know. It can KO flying types and water types for you. You pair it with Sunsetter, and then it can really get it going. But, I mean, it's still only 109 special, it's only 109 speed. It's gonna die to any move. I mean, its defense is like, I mean, honestly, Jinx numerically has lower physical bulk than Heliolisk. But I think emotionally it would have, it would take a better physical hit than this piece of shit. I did not type in anything for these two because there's nothing to say. Like, what the fuck did, like, what did Tropius do to you, man? Like, what the hell? Its highest stat is HP. It doesn't even have the, like, oh my gosh. What did all of his abilities are sun-based and he can't do anything with it. Just, he even hit 200 speed. No, shit, come on. Oh my gosh, Pokemon's having an aneurysm on me. Okay. Thank you, Showdown, very cool. You hit 201 speed, baby. Alright, let's go. So, this thing sucks. Flora, rest in peace. It's really not been great. It was never great. So, like, what do you do? Like, these guys all suck. They're all clowns. I don't even know why Solar Power is on Zard. I mean, honestly, if they gave Charizard Drought back in Gen 5, it would be a little different. Not much, but it'd be a little different. Although, to be frank, my name ain't Shelly. I think if they gave it Drought, that would just make Megazard Y suck, because they'd probably give it, you know, Solar Power like this guy. It just wouldn't be great, you know. You'd have to play mind games with keeping Zard in, and like, dude, I don't care how hard that belly drums, Zard's never been good in doubles or singles. So, this is a fucking train wreck. Seriously, Solar Power. It is meant for grass types, that's a promise. 2 out of 5 of these are grass types. I mean, and their highest stat is 105, and honestly I think that was like a typo. They probably meant to type 15. So, all of these Pokemon suck. So what would I do? So, I've been working on my own custom metagame for a while. It's pretty much all of the Pokemon up to Gen 6, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to include Galarian, Hushin, Alolan forms just to try to breathe life into the game, and give some really unfortunate Pokemon evolutions. That's to be debated on another day though, but I'm making my own game where I you know, it's all the way up to Gen 6, but we play in Gen 7 because the mechanics are better. And I am changing abilities and move pools. I can't change typings because I'm honestly, like, the secret is I'm just playing on custom game, which is I mean, it's fun. It's just like I can't really change all that much. I can't change stats or types. And what I'm working on is balancing weather. I'm not gonna nerf rain. Rain is like, it's like rain is completely objectively superior to all other types of weather. But that's not because rain is just like that great. Although, you know, water type plus, though, you know, this water stab, I mean, that is better, but if it was all equal, I would just honestly count that as a pro that it has over the other ones. I wouldn't count it as like being slighted. But, you know, I don't want to nerf rain. I just want to buff the other weathers. So what would I do? Honestly, I would just expand the move pools, balance them out a bit. Like, give this guy Power Whip. That's enough to like warrant it, I think. Because his own niche then is he's a dark type with like Sucker Punch, so he's not reliant on the weather to hit them quickly. And Knockoff is always amazing. I mean, it's one of the best moves in the game. Sawsbuck, I would give him Head Charge. The only reason for that is like it does 1/4 recoil instead of 33, which is nice. And then Wood Hammer. And you know, with 100 base power and Life Orb, then these moves can all do a good, like, it's 2 stab moves. This only relies on the multiplier from Super Effective, but with 100 base power, these 2 moves can work. They'll be fine. I would give Victory Bell Gunk Shot, which is enough to kind of bump him up. And Executor Focus Blast. Now, it's still Focus Blast, you're going to miss, but it's an opportunity there at least. I just don't think I'd really give it Earth Power, although I think it can learn Earthquake, right? Oh, I thought Eggy could learn Earthquake. No, it's Stomping Tantrum. Either way, but yeah. So just change their move pools up, honestly. So what about these two? Veno and Victory Bell. Isn't Venusaur better? Honestly, I would remove Venusaur out of the equation, and I would give it Rain Dish. So that... And also in this game, like I said, I'm not including Megas, but I'm giving Pokemon their Mega abilities if it's going to help them out. Although some of them I'm not going to let them hold items for it. Like, I don't think Con deserves an item if it gets Parental Bond. I mean, seriously. But, you know, I'm going to make another video about that someday. So I would just give it Rain Dish. I would by removing Chlorophyll, Victory Bell gets a shot at it. You know, it is now the Grass Poison type with Chlorophyll. Because, I mean, what's the point if I give it to both of them? Nothing changes. This is still better. The only conceivable way that it's better is if it's going to do, like, physical set. But then, I mean, like, Venusaur wasn't competing for that to begin with. Other than that, I mean, seriously, just use Venusaur. It is better. So I got to pull him out of the equation. And I don't want to just say, you don't get Chlorophyll anymore, fuck you. No. I'll give him Rain Dish. With Rain Dish, he can be a bulky grass type that isn't slow as hell, on rain, regaining HP, and combine that with Sappy Seed, which if you don't know, it's from Pokemon like P. It's 90 base power, it's physical, and it inflicts Leech Seed on the opponent. So that actually, on my Mega Venus set, that I like my work in progress, giving it Thick Fat is great. Black, you know, keeps 2 of his weaknesses gone. And then it gets Black Sludge for HP recovery. And instead of having to run Giga Drain and Leech Seed and just burning a hell on move slots like Mega Venu has to, which is why it's not used, Sappy Seed combines the two. You can't be taunted out of it. It deals damage. 82 base power is weak, but it's about the residual and keeping Venu healthy. So if you attack something with that and you're in the rain, you're gaining back, like, what is it, you're getting back an eighth of your HP per turn, and you have Sappy Seed on the opponent, which gives you residual damage. That's an actual niche. And then Gunk Shot for more power and high horsepower, because, can I actually learn that? No, it's Stomping Tantrum. I gave it that for more power, because Stomping Tantrum sucks. So, Venusaur and Victory Bell are then separated. It's no longer a competition. And I would just, you know, like I wanted to have a weather ability because I think that's cool, but Chlorophyll just pushes Victory Bell out completely. So what would I do for Solar Power Mons then, right? Chlorophyll, you know, I think I fixed it up a bit. And by the way, I think these still have a lot of work to do because of how difficult it is to maintain Sun. Not only is Sun only held by a few Pokemon, but it is just beat out by Tyranitar and Pelipper or Politoed. Like, when they come in, your life gets rough. But this is more than, I mean, seriously, it has Horn Leech. That is not a Grass-type move for an offensive Mon. So, what do I do for Solar Power? This is, I woke up one day, said, man, Sun really sucks. Okay, let's fix it. You don't have the firepower of Rain, and you don't have the speed unless, you know, unless Sun's up. So, how about this? Solar Power Sceptile, right? You have speed at 120, which is amazing. So, special attack at 105 is decent, and then you give it Solar Power to boost it. You have speed and power. Now, I would still keep its moves relatively, yeah, I'm not going to give it a better move pool at all. And it already learns all three of these moves, you know, I mean, everything learns HP, of course, but Energy Ball and Focus Blast. And you can do Leaf Storm. Leaf Storm's fine, I'm just like, I just threw this on, right? Zard, in my non-Mega Gen 6 game, with all its different rules, I would just give him Drought and also Weather Ball, because Weather Ball means that he can play in the rain with Hurricane and Weather Ball. Fire Blast is there to scorch Pokemon, like if there's a Grass type, hit it with Hurricane. If there's a Grass and Steel type, or like Scizor, right, then smack it with Fire Blast, and then Weather Ball is just amazing. Or alternatively, for my Hail Fix, Focus Blast to take out Heatran and Tyranitar, Weather Ball to have an Ice type move to smash Dragon types and Zapdos, and then Heat Wave for spread damage, right? Zard with Weather Ball in this kind of metagame that I want to play would be amazing. It would be so cool. And this is just an example of a Sun team that I'll get to in a moment, right? But anyways, yeah, just give him Drought. I mean, it's as simple as that. He keeps his identity, right? You know, keeps Drought. A bit of an upgrade to the move pool, just Weather Ball, but Weather Ball, the implications of it, the uses of it rather. He can be on any weather team then, and he can have his own niche. I think that's super cool, you know. And everyone loves Charizard. He deserves some kind of buff, and this isn't like, this isn't crazy. I think this is a fine upgrade. Heliolisk, I would just give it Overdrive, honestly. It's a spread electric move. Also, signature moves are highly overrated, so like I don't care about Toxtricity having this move. Like, I'm giving it to a lot of electric types in my game. So, you know, you would have like, you know, this is a Grass type with it, and you, gosh, don't run Solar Beam, but this is an electric type with it, with spread damage and Volt Switch. It's got its own niche then. You don't have to run just Grass plus Fire. You can do Fire plus Electric if you want. And then Roserade. The separating fact here is different typing, you know, dual typing with Sludge Bomb, much higher special attack, and Sleep Powder, because this only gets Grass Whistle. So with Sleep Powder, it is able to neutralize the opponent if need be. Although I did mention earlier that clicking Sleep Powder on like a Sun team, on a Weather team, is kind of counterintuitive. I mean, not much else that can be done. She learns Body Slam for some reason. It's about the rump these days. But she just doesn't really have any other moves. I guess, actually, no. There's Weather Ball. I forgot she has it. I'm used to thinking about Venusaur, who has Chlorophyll plus Weather Ball, except you can't do that. Like, you can't run those in combination. Unless it's Gen 8, actually. They did change that. But anyways, back on track. Weather Ball, Sludge Bomb, Leaf Storm. That's its niche. This niche is 120 speed. This niche is hitting like hell. In fact, I'd probably run Modest on it to sell it home a bit, but 95 speed, or sorry, 90 speed is a pretty good tier to run, especially because you don't want to like lose a speed tie to Kangaskhan anymore to regular com, and you do not want to be outsped by, let me see, base 80s will jump on that. I think that's about it, but yeah. So the niche is then fast plus solar power for firepower, right? Change it to Drought, give it Weather Ball, it can play on different types of teams now. Give it Overdrive for spread damage, which is a great niche, alongside Hyper Voice, right? And then you can just Volt Switch out for Momentum, always great. And Solar Power plus Weather Ball for an amazing hitter. I mean, the speed needs some work, but if you want to, then you can play a debuff team with things like Thunder Wave, you can have Tailwind up, you can just try to get statuses and field conditions going. And then, hell, if you want to, then you can run the Modest, and she can annihilate everything, right? And going back to these guys, give it Focus Blast to hit Steel and like Steel types. I would change this to a Rain Pokemon, and if you don't want to use it on Rain, then she's got Thick Fat, right? You know, Sappy Seed fixes some of that 4 move slot syndrome. You don't have to run Giga Drain Leech Seed Synthesis now. You can just do Sappy Seed plus Black Sludge. It's fine then. This is new Venu, better move pool. And well, there's not really I mean, there's only Sludge Bomb for special poison moves, so I guess I can't even give it into something equivalent to like Power Up or Gunk Shot, but yeah. Can you learn Stomping Tantrum? Okay, no, I didn't expect so, but you know. Oh, I can learn Encore. Power Up, Sucker Punch, Knockoff, Woodhammer. Oh, sorry, Power Up's only a new one, but Woodhammer had Charge for more damage. I think that would fix it up. It's not like it's now completely on par with Rain. And if you think I'm being mean to Rain, I'm not. Alright. But it's just the other. I wouldn't say Sand is unbalanced, because like T-Tar's God tier, but it certainly suffers. Rain is portrayed sometimes as being completely superior to other weathers because it is, but it's not its fault. It's the fault the other weathers suck by design. Like, they just failed to make good designs. I mean, seriously, these mods are all shit. So I think I've buffed them enough to make Sun viable. And here is my new Sun team if I'm you know, gonna try to provide a team at the end. This is for my meta. Keep in mind, there's no more megas, because the problem with that is things like Megazard, Guard, Con, Venu, well, Venu shit, but all of these megas, they can fight each other. Because like I had a calc for Mega Venu versus Mega Con Double Edge, and then regular Venu, regular Con with Parental Bond, Double Edge, and it's about the same, which seems fine, right? But all of these other Pokemon are caught as collateral, because it's not the same to Zapdos, it's not the same to Lando. I mean, those are 2 good Pokemon, but all of these other Pokemon are caught up in the crossfire as collateral. So when I lower their power, it is going to make life easier on the other Pokemon that don't have plus 100 base stat total with God tier abilities and new typings. By just kind of lowering them down, it's going to make life easier on them. But the team is Drought Zard, right, and Calagon, got Heat Rock and Drought, Weather Ball for a single hit, Heat Wave for spread, Solar Beam. Rocky Helmet Landers, this is my own custom spread, I love it, fast as it can be, and it can take Brave Bird, Shadow Ball, Sucker Punches, it's got enough firepower considering it's Lando. Great HP stat of 333, hit that magic number, and I run 4 moves. Rocky Helmet is amazing on it. This is a fantastic EV spread, write it down. I call it Gray Lando, it's just my name, like Gray plus Lando. Hashi, Energy Ball, HP Ice, Focus Blast, you can run Leaf Storm. I just kind of put it there because Energy Ball is cool, but honestly it probably should be Leaf Storm, considering you're going to die in 1 hit anyways. Zapdos for Momentum, Physical Tank with Rocky Helmet, Static, can punish Physical Mons. Beam Bolt, Volt Switch, Roost. As I mentioned, I'm trying to expand move pools and keep identities, so powerful flying type move on Salamence. Dragon Hammer, because Outrage is a joke, Dragon Claw sucks, so you get an actual move. Dragon Hammer has been given to all dragon types. And Ask yourself, why have dragon types never been given, like in doubles, this is in doubles. If it was in singles, I get it, people, you know, dragon types are scary, right? But this is doubles, it's completely different. Giving it these moves is fine. Intimidate plus Tailwind is amazing support, great defensive typing, great bulk, speed 100. This thing can slaughter. It's gonna provide defense bonuses, like debuffs to Zapdos and Calagon and Hottie-Clar to keep them rolling. And she's also a ground immune, which is great. Water type resist for these two, which is great because you're not actually switching into water type moves with this. Because if you do, you're then also taking solar power per turn, and if they protect, you're burning more health. You know, keeps on going. So this is your water resist. And then you need an ice resist for these four, I guess. So Hottie-Clar. Wide Guard helps out all of the Pokemon involved here against things like Blizzard, Rock Slide, and King Shield like usual, double stab, HP investment. So, you know, spread damage, solar power with grass moves, electric type, which, you know, I love that electric types roles have never been like, oh, this is actually an offensive, so no, it's just, this is my electric type. Roost you can swap out for Tailwind, or Thunder Wave if you're feeling evil. Thunder Wave is actually really nice on Zapdos. Intimidate plus Tailwind, and Aegislash doing what it does for Wide Guard, and it's typing. And it's anti-Trick Room. So you see now that I have a grass type that benefits from the sun without shooting itself in the foot. And Charizard can just work alongside it. These two can fight together. I think this is the right way for Sun. I think it's the right way to keep it balanced. As for Hail, I have to do that in another vid, but I just think that giving Snow Warning to an actual Ice type, not some piece of shit like Vanillux, or what was the other one? Alola Ninetales is just dumb. I don't like it. It just, like, it's just there for Aurora Veil. It's not actually there for Hail. And Weather Ball, like I mentioned. I think I might be going crazy, but I think Glacial Lance, Alolan Sandslash would be sick. Thick Fat Kyurem is the coolest idea I've ever had, other than Bulletproof Cloyster. And then these two, so. The Hail team, the Hail buff is coming. I think I've already got it figured out. That's what I do. Thank you for watching.